We'll start in just a moment, fellas. Okay. The title of today's show is Fractionation Seduction. How does fractionation seduction work? The reason why I'm doing this show is because I got an email from a brother. I'll keep him quiet, his information quiet. But he's asking me a couple of questions I want to answer. Instead of typing a lot, I wanted to do a show on it. His first question was, I was reading the How to Make a Woman Come section on the 7-day ebook. Do you have any visual examples of clit stroke during orgasm from a video? Maybe a porn scene, even though you don't advocate it, just for visuals of body and hand placement to simultaneously stroke the clit while thrusting. And no, I don't. I've never recorded myself. Nobody else does that, by the way. Okay? That's why I got such good results with women. You reach your hand, middle finger. This is my dominant hand, so I'm supporting my weight here on this side. Okay, so I don't crush her. This finger's the dominant, like your fuck you. Do a fuck you. Reach your hand between the body. Okay, reach it down there. Back your ass out a little bit. Reach it and feel for the clit. Make sure it's lubed. Then you stroke it in a come here manner. Okay? You stroke the clit like that. That's how you do it. In case anyone else ever had that question. Any advice on what makes a woman fall in love with the guys that guys can put into practice? Women, they mistake being addicted to sex with you for love because nobody else is stroking the clit while you're aiming the dick at the G-spot either. Nobody's doing that out there except the people that have read my manual. Remember, I started studying this shit in high school, and I got to practice with my ex-wife, and then I got back in the game at 27 years of age, and I practiced. I perfected that shit. You know, I've tried it all. Anyway, that's the first thing. Second thing is you have to seduce her mind. You get into that mind the right way, she's going to fall in love. What really helps is that if you could stop doing all the game stuff, trying to game her, and just be a close friend, that'll make her fall in love. Okay? You could do it my way, which was I deliberately wanted them to fall in love so they could give me love because I had a hole in my heart and I need that representation, that feeling. See, I wasn't a true person to the whole thing of this called love. I was using it. Or you could actually build love. Now, his question was, what makes a woman fall in love that guys can put into practice? So, the mind. Control the mind. The mind is where the belief that love exists. Control the mind, you control that. So you got to get into her head. My book, Female Mind Seduction, excellent for that. Are you familiar with fractionation during seduction? When I first read that, I said, what the fuck now? I know that POA is dying out, and every time it dies down, they always find something new to suddenly show up with. It's like these guys sit back and they think of all these different theory things, and the suckers eat it up. They buy into that shit. If it sounds complicated and mysterious, they're going to fucking buy into it. Fractionation, you're separating something during seduction. So I wouldn't found out, I didn't know anything about it. I'm like, what the fuck now? See, I'm from the real world. What? We weren't nerds about seducing women. It didn't get all nerdy and complicated. Why complicate the fucking simple? It's easy to seduce a woman. It's you guys that make it a fucking rocket science thing. That's why you're struggling. Where the guys who don't do that, they're out in the world just fucking all kind of women. Just like I was. Out in the world fucking all kinds of women. Having all kinds of nuts. So I'm reading an article on it. Now, I want you to listen to how they build it up and they advertise it. Again, every time the seduction industry starts to fall off, because I'm doing advertising, I'm looking at the stats and all that, and you can't even really take out an ad on YouTube anymore for seduction. because there's been so much spammers and spamming going on. So they always come up with something new. One time it was the monarch butterfly. The fucking monarch butterfly technique. Can you fucking... Monarch butterfly. They were really selling this shit, brothers. If you go back to 2007, 2008, monarch butterfly. I stopped paying attention to what they're doing. Another time it was... The fuck... Something new came out about 3 years ago. They were selling a lot of them. Selling is the correct word. Well, I can't recall. I don't pay attention to the what's coming out of those camps there. Again, I teach you the real stuff from the real world that still works today. Have you ever dreamed that of having that Prince Charming quality? Okay, now when you talk about Prince Charming, you're talking about charisma. I've got a free book on how to build power charisma that what I'm using as my first ad on YouTube. The ability to instantly attract women without effort. Okay, see, that's sales words. And this is on a blog, by the way. Yeah. Oh, I started the wrong place. Okay, let me start over again. Have you ever seen a guy walk up to a girl in less than 20 minutes, she's kissing him or leaving the bar with him? That's what hooked me in many years ago, those almost exact same words. What I was reading in a magazine about somebody called a super seducer. An hour, they said they used an hour though. Back then it was an hour. An hour later, they're walking out. Almost the exact same words. Of course, they were selling something. Chances are he just used fractionation. Make sure I titled this shit right. Fuck. Yeah, fractionation. Got it right. Okay. This video is probably going to show up, so they're going to come after me now for fucking up their advertising shit. Chances are he just used fractionation and underground. It's always underground. Years ago, Owen was talking about this underground secret society shit. I got so much humor out of that one that Owen was pushing. That you can go up to any girl in the group and have any kind of sex you want. Swingers clubs. I guess they discovered swingers clubs. They're trying to say they belong to a swingers club in Los Angeles. No big deal. It wasn't some secret society. They were trying to align themselves with that movie Eyes Wide Shut type of shit. But it works. It works on the suckers, the newbies that come to the internet, the followers, the fanboys. And they're not going to like me saying this. An underground seduction technique that is said to be the quickest and most intense form of seduction ever developed. There's somebody right now watching me, that's one of my guys, that actually wants to find out about it. I bet you some of you guys are going to look this shit up and actually think you're going to learn some scientific or some super secret techniques. There's a sucker born every minute. Keep reading to learn more about this mysterious theory. All right, now we start with what I just read. Have you ever dreamed about having that Prince Charming quality? The ability to instantly attract women without effort. Fractionation is rumored. Notice the word. You guys wouldn't notice the word. I pay attention because I write copy. My own shit. Is rumored. They're trying to be safe, so don't get in trouble. To give men superpowers when it comes to seduction. So all the unattractive people are going to buy into that. All the average looking people, all the geeks, all the goobers, all the nerds, they're going to see that. Superpowers. When it comes to seduction. The concept was first explored by famous psychologists like Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Many years later, so they're trying to tap into psychological theory and gain some social proof from these two ancient mind scrapers. I call them mind scrapers. There were no psychologists back then, psychiatrists back then. The field was just starting to develop. Many years later, the fractionation technique was developed by John Grinder. Derek Rake perfected the method during the 90s and then released a course called Sonic Seduction, still for sale online. Fractionation gets its name from the scientific definition of the same word, and that's all about separation. A separation process in which one mixture is divided into a number of smaller parts. In regards to seduction, fractionation is a combination of psychology, hypnosis, and persuasion. Okay, but they're not thinking. I have to show you because people are hard-headed. People are stupid as fuck. Here's a good example. Uh-oh. Fuck. Well, here's my old standby. Holy fuck. I have never seen a man with that much body hair. He fucking looks like an ape. He looks like a total Neanderthal. What the fuck? Okay, let me get my photo I always use. Sorry, David. I use your photo a lot. Because my point is, if you look like David, poor guy, and you're going to go up and try to hypnotize a girl, do you think she'll even talk to you? That's where you blow that shit out the water. But let's get back to it. And I'm going to try not to be so the way I am about the new things they come up with to keep it alive. Fractionation gets the name from blah, blah, blah. It regards to combination, hypnosis, persuasion. Fractionation messes with a woman's mind and has been referred to as... Now, this is all actually advertising words because they work on the idiots. A dark art. Doesn't that sound good? Like you want to just buy, ooh, I want to learn some dark arts. Right? Night Shroud. Controversial. Amoral. I always, when I hear stuff like that, it always reminds me of, you guys remember Blade? The first Blade? Ooh, we're going to be naughty vampire gods. The fat vampire was saying. Naughty vampire gods. Amoral. Unethical. Brainwashing. A hack. Now here's the one that will really seal the deal. Deadly. Due to its power, the seductionist, I'm glad they didn't say PUA, but seductionist, that's at least one step up, who perfected fractionation. I guess PUA is dying. They tried, they're dying out. So now it's going to become seductionist. See, I pay attention to that stuff, see what's coming down the pipeline, and I can live with that. PUA, I couldn't live with that term. I'm a PUA! Just sound like some kind of punk ass shit. Come on, something better than that. You know, call it what it is, players. You're trying to be players. But I understand what they did. They were pretty ingenious about that. They wanted to create something separate, something different that the dominant society people could identify with. So who perfected fractionation warn against using it. Only men with good intentions. This is sales stuff. I use that same shit myself. Actually, I haven't. Other people warned against my female mind seduction stuff. Greece. He's the one that said I should take that shit off the damn market. Good intentions should even consider using this technique. Not very often. That's what I do say about... Do they read my shit? I gotta read more some of this shit, because if this is female mind seduction, supporters of the theory claim that fractionation can make women fall in love, yeah, and get in bed with you in just 15 minutes. Okay, well, when I use mine in bed, that's where the strongest power of female mind seduction is about. So, and I've used it in emails. Let me read something to you fellas. And I had her permission to use the words. The lady whose email you read expressed my feelings and emotions very well. I could not have expressed it better. I had to delete your words to keep from reading them over and over again. That's what, girls read my emails. But when you learn to talk to a woman, you learn to communicate to a woman, you learn to communicate to their undermind, that primitive brain back there, to their guts. Supporters of the theory claim that fractionation can make a woman fall in love, get in bed in 15 minutes, but is it true? Despite all the hype about fractionation, the method is really just a specific conversation technique. Now I'm getting interested. Aim to elicit strong emotions from a female that will then associate with the man next to her, which is you. There's that old fast seduction stuff rehashed. So it's beginning to sound like, the hypnosis thing. Gut. There was an ebook called Gut Impact. It was like talking to a woman's gut, hypnotizing her with certain words, getting her to get into emotion. Basically, I basically go up to a woman and talk in the way I like to actually talk to women, which actually does work. When you talk in emotion and pictures, you build pictures in their heads. Technique and dating coaches will advise against this technique because 1, it's very hard to accomplish, and 2, it's really not fair to guys will buy into that. It's not really fair to the girl. That makes it seem like you're getting something super secret, powerful. That being said, many men have benefited from the practice. Who? All we hear is the hype. Show me those men, have them post their testimonials of what happened. Techniques and preparation. You can't just walk up to a woman and start saying things to get her emotions going. Although fractionation, by the way, have you noticed how I broke down using emotional words and pictures? It's nothing new. Pimps been doing it since the beginning of pimping. So they're acting like they created something new. Well, they talked about in the 90s. And something apparently before that. I'm sorry for the attitude. I just get tired of the community. Although fractionation is said to work for anyone, you need to prepare the playing field, so to speak. That's true. Before you attempt fractionation, work on the following. Leadership skills. Girls like leaders, not followers. Think alpha male. No, don't think alpha male. Think real man. An alpha male is a biological creature. They're born that way. Okay? Let's just get that off the table. It's actually, you want to become a real man. They use the word alpha male because to a lot of geeks, and sorry to use those words, but nerds, goobers, weaker males, that just looks so cool. I'm going to become an alpha male. I'm going to dominate those jocks that bullied me in high school. I'm going to get some thumb downs for that, for males that identify with that. I know that. Special interests. Be unique. What makes you stand out from the crowd? Does that sound familiar? Does all sound familiar? Everything I've been teaching. Social skills. You need to know how to talk to women. Like I talked about last night. Girls don't like an awkward guy. That's so true. This stuff is true right here. Practice your social skills by talking to men and women around town. The exact same shit that I preach. And I'm the only one that says talk to men and women around town. I'm the only one that says talk to the guys if you're in a grocery line. Talk to the people behind you. I don't care if it's an old woman, a fat woman, an ugly man, tall, short, doesn't matter. Talk. Confidence. Here we go. The number one most attractive quality to women, no matter what type of body type. That's how you see fat guys with females. Real short guys with hot babes. It's their confidence level. Know the area. You want to be familiar with the hot spots around town. Okay. We're getting into it. If this is my female mind seduction, I'm going to be really pissed. Because I said years ago that they're stealing my shit. And I've proven it so many damn times. The goal here is to put yourself in a position so that the woman you're eyeing already wants you. Hold on, let me do something. Want display capture. Okay, good. All right, let me go to... All right, so if you look like this guy, how can she already want you? This guy needs to get his teeth fixed, okay? Straighten out the glasses and get a good haircut because his ears stick out. So longer hair would be better for him. So it minimizes those ears. He needs to buff up. Get some muscle going. Just a couple of months in the gym will do wonders for him. And a good haircut. That's all he needs. Get the teeth fixed. Get some braces. Anything like that, it's worth the thousands. Take out a loan if you have to. Okay? This guy definitely needs some help here. But believe it or not, guys like this actually get girls if they're not fucked up in the head. Guys like this will get girls. This is a cartoon effect. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay? That's an actual dude. And then they call black people apes? What the fuck is that? That's a Neanderthal, man. But when you look like this, all you gotta do is you gotta fix yourself first. He needs total teeth rework. But let's get back to the message. So it's just not a matter of good-looking guys. Yeah. This stuff is all, if you're above average in looks, she's going to be eyeballing you. If you're average and below, you got to do something like they said earlier to stand out. That means you got to get to work on yourself before you start talking. Make sure you look your best, they say. Yeah. Wear something trendy, smell nice. Basic advice. Nothing special here. Click here for a list of the types of men women don't like. Uh-oh. $10 guys, huh? Joe No-Show. This guy never shows up. Mr. Jealousy. Yeah, they don't like jealous men. That's weak. The Bully. The two-timer, they go for players. The liberated man, don't know what that is. The betrayed, yeah, they don't like guys that feel you dragging that cross around because a woman done hurt you. The narcissist, yeah, they don't like narcissistic dudes. Mr. Resentment, they're resentful. That's basically negative people. The virtual lover, is that a dude that's online too much? What is that? You're 6 months later, you realize the paper goes off every time you get naked. I don't know what that is. What a relief it is when a man doesn't try to force you into bed on the first date. How charmed you are when on the third date he says he wants to wait until you both can't stand anymore. How sympathetic you become on the sixth date. He tells you how badly he was hurt by your predecessor. I hate those kind of guys. Don't ever tell a woman about a woman that hurt you. Ever. Do you guys hear me? Don't ever do that. And don't come tell me you did that. How confused you are 6 months later when you realize his paper bag goes off every time you get naked, but he's still sending you roses and teddy bears. Oh, he never seals a deal. Yeah, women do. Yeah. Okay, the guy with the happiest childhood, this side of the beeve. His mother was perfect. Father never smoked, drank, and cheated. Yeah, Mr. Church dude. Okay, let's get back to fractionation. So I know you guys are wondering about that. Fractionation is similar to the tactic used by soap operas. Likability, easy to identify with characters, are expressed to heart-wrenching drama in order to get the audience emotionally invested in the show, and it works. Think about how many women like soap operas. In regards to seduction, fractionation can be described as a combination of mind control, body language, tone of voice, and hypnosis. Okay, mind control, body language, tone of voice, those are what I've used. Hypnosis comes in the words that we use. And not to suggest that you're trying to hypnotize bitches, but a good hypnotist can just hypnotize someone without even saying you're getting sleepy. You are falling into very, very, very deep sleep. They can do without that. Ericksonian, he was the big guru dude. He could sit down and talk to a person in their office, sit across from the desk, the next thing like the person's out. There are two but that doesn't mean you can do that. Okay? There are two basic steps in this technique. Step 1, build an emotional bond without her knowing. This is where good conversations, this is actually true. Conversation skills and body language come into play, but it's nothing new. You need to know how to talk to girls before you can attempt fractionation. They always got to give these big words. How are you separating things? This should actually be brought together as one. So you create the art of seduction, not the science. Of course, scientific left-brain nerdy types are going to try to, who are selling this other left-brain nerd types, going to give it some super secret name like this. And one of them is going to say, well, you maybe natural you, but we have to learn this way. You learn that way, you become awkward. You need to know how to talk girls before attempting. The goal here is to establish trust between the two of you. This bond encourages her to open up to you, which is vital to the second step. This is actually true, by the way. When you find the woman you want to talk to, stay away from the mindset that she's out of your league. Instead, you want to make her feel like you are out of her league. That's true also. I just gave that advice in an email I sent to one of my private clients. When you start talking, stay confident and ask her lots of questions about herself. Yeah? Who said that just last night? Women love to talk about themselves. Who's been saying that since 2001? 2002? I hate to do it like that, but I get pissed off. I've been yelling about this shit since 2001, 2002 on So Suave. You don't want to become an emotional tampon. That's the kind of shit I heard. I'm going to sound like that. The black comedian guy and the king of rock and roll, not Chuck Berry, but who's that one, that fag dude? I forgot his name. It'll come to in a minute, but he does that also. I admit it. I thought about it. But when it's true, it's true. Step 2, emotional conversation. This is good. This is actually good. Create compelling conversation that elicits emotional ups and downs. She will then anchor the ups to you. When you make this a rocket science, you will become super robotic instead of doing this naturally. But they have a word for that. When they want you to do it over and over again, calibrate! First, ask her to describe something that made her happy. Yes. Next, ask her to tell you about something that made her sad or afraid. Repeat the sequence once more. She's all yours. I'm thinking about that. I like for women to tell me about something that made them happy, and then I like to delve into their sexual side. Get right into the sex, like the wildest things they've ever done. And I like to watch their eyes light up when they finally, it takes a while to break them down to get it to reveal to you, but when they do open up, they have that smile on their face. They did this, like naughty little girls. When a woman feels positive and negative emotions in quick succession combined with the aura you are giving off, your tone of voice, and if you sound like this, and like a lot of the people in the dominant society, they talk through their nose and they kind of sound like this. If your voice sounds like this, she's not going to be turned on by that kind of voice. Move along, people. If you actually speak like that. Let me bring it down just a little bit. And if you actually talk like this, it's still not the correct type of voice that you really want to sound like. So if you really want to change your voice, you got to learn to bring it down into your chest so you sound at least like a man. Okay? Okay, your tone of voice, your body language, she'll melt. That is true. That is what I've been trying to teach my knuckleheads on my forum as well. That's what I tried to teach last night. I tried to show you guys my photo. I wasn't extra good looking. I'm not biracial. I say that because the black community does that. I like making fun of the black community. I don't say it because I put biracial on the pedestal. But, you know, look at society, though. But when you do give off that aura, they're actually right. Your tone of voice. As I've been teaching one of my private students, we're working on speaking from your balls down there, like how my voice has changed when you speak from your balls. Your voice becomes kind of breathy and soft and gentle, but also changes your attitude when you come from there. See the crooked smile I got, the devil may care. See, that's coming from my balls. So your voice has a lot to do with it and your body language. Now, my private client got laid. I corrected his position of sitting where he sits on the coffee date. I told him to sit beside her. And then lean over and speak. He learned to speak from his balls. It happened. He suggested go back for Netflix and chill. She said, fuck that. We're not watching Netflix and chill. She was so turned on by then. We're not watching Netflix and chill. No, I want to get rid of this fella's email. Wait. I think I'd open up. No, I can't open up in a new one. Let's try something else. I want to read to you guys the exact words he gave me this morning.
You've got mail.
Fuck it up. I told her that I wanted to watch some Netflix and chill. She laughed at me because women know when you say Netflix and chill, that means sex, basically. And said, okay, sure, but we're not watching Netflix. I knew she wanted to buy that. See, I give you guys the truth. I don't lie to you. Okay, it's still here. All right, so let's get back to the fractionization. I can never get through anything. Sorry. I just can't do A1, A2, read like a nerd and just read straight through. I got to comment because I'm trying to teach. Now, where was I? Yeah. Body language, she'll melt. And that is true. That is fucking true. The aura that you give off, you guys recognize that? I've talked about that. Aura is your vibration. As I said, stems from your inner beliefs. You change your inner beliefs, you change your vibration, which change your aura, which is your aura. How you vibe, how women feel about your vibratory level. If you're down here, like the brother with the drink name, I can't remember the exact name. He's down here because of his inner beliefs, and he knows that. He vibrates down here. So I told him last night, just go get a fat bitch. At least you're getting your dick wet. Don't get a fat, ugly bitch. Fat, monkey-looking bitch. Just get your dick wet. Bend over backwards. Just get your dick wet. If you're still down there. At least if you're down, at least you're getting some dick. That'll raise your vibration up. Or start getting some pussy. Get your dick in some pussy. That'll raise your vibration up a notch. So that you start erasing all that bad shit. Sometimes you need some pussy to get rid of the bad shit. Because you need a visual sign that, yes, I can attract a woman. Let's continue. The theory is based on polarity. Overcomplicating the simple. When the human brain is exposed to a sequence of pleasure, pain, it creates a strong emotional bond. Polarity examples. To create a strong emotional bond, you want to be able to make her not have any orgasms anymore. Also, you want to mind fuck her during sex. And as I teach you guys, your little tip today, in case you haven't heard it, just before she orgasms, because you know how to give her an orgasm, you know how to control the orgasm. You've already proven that you're the master in the bed because you allow her to have an orgasm. You make her beg for it. Just before she comes, you stop her. Then you go back to, you let it go down, then you build it back up. Just the teacher, you have to train your women. Train her in bed, okay? Train her that you're the master. Don't sound right if I say with glasses on. You have to train her that you're the master, okay? So they said polarity examples. You know how good it feels to have your best friend right next to you? Yeah, okay. Like you can take on the world together? Okay. This is new male shit. You guys have to have butt boys beside you to feel good, I guess. Sniff each other's ass like dogs and get a good feeling from the smell of shit. I had a friend like that. One day she got sick and died. Oh, wow. And this guy, he's been feminized, who's writing this article. There's going to be a lot of males who are going to complain about this. And they don't realize that it's already been done to them, the feminization process. When you have a best friend that's a girl, that's not normal. Okay? That's feminization. I'm sorry to put it like that. You ask any natural female, she'll tell you the truth. Jovina said the same thing. We're not made to be best buds unless we're fucking. Just having a woman as a best friend is very gayish. There's gonna be a lot of guys, because what they did was they started raising you guys, if you're young enough, to play together in school together, to be like girls in school, to be there, sit there quietly. Don't just talk shit to me. Do your research first. There are books written on this subject. Google it. Feminization of males in the classroom. Fuck that. I always gotta fucking prove shit so the jackasses don't say shit. There, it comes up. Feminization, science of feminization of males in America. Let me put classroom. There it comes up. See, it's already been searched. Okay? They've already feminized you. So, as you guys now know, when you become a man is when you are able to kill all of your feminine traits. I don't want a best friend as a female. Unless we're fucking. What kind of fucking shit is that? What kind of weird, creepy shit is that? And there's going to be somebody right now that's going to thumb me down. He's feminized, so he can't say anything. That's a sign of more feminization. You can't speak up. He won't do the research to find out because it would rock his world to know that he's been feminized. And there's type of, well, I don't care. I don't care. This new feminized males just creeps me the fuck out. That's why there's so much trouble getting sex these days. And I'm sorry for the guy's friend dying, though. Have you ever met a person and felt deep down that it was meant to be? That fate had brought you two together? I experienced that once. We became so close so fast, only a few weeks later, she got in a car accident and was gone. I have to check. Oh, sorry. It's a woman author. Diana Bradley, if you want to look up the article. There's going to be a bunch of guys that do that too. As you can probably guess, Oh, you know, it looks more powerful if it's a woman author too. I wonder how she really feels about it, instead of just writing an article for this blog. It's not a real news agency, it's a blog. Okay? As you can probably guess, it's not easy to weave these topics into conversation. This is going to take a lot of practice. Fractionation is very hard to master, but once you figure it out, you should be able to get any woman you want. Sales lingo. I don't know if she actually wrote the article. It's so salesy. More advice. Try to build suspense when talking to a woman. Just, you can't just have a fucking conversation? If you're thinking, okay, I got to build some suspense instead of a conversation, 70-30, to ask her more questions she asks you. Try to build suspense when talking to women. Just think how much a girl loves drama. In other words, don't express that you are into her right away. See, that's what I don't like about watching Mystery. He talks too damn much instead of asking questions. But he's not in the deep conversation. I haven't seen him in deep conversation with a girl. He's doing the opening stuff. But I get the feeling that he talks. He talks too much. Instead of let the bitch talk, the female talk, the girl talk. In other words, don't express that you are into her right away. Make her work for your attention and act aloof. Can the guy that I showed do all that? Even if he has some kind of... There are in the black community, there are fat females that put on bunny suits and think they look good. I saw on Maury advertise some fat, nasty black woman that twerks. She's called the Tennessee Twerker. Shaking that big tub of lard. Like she's a female put her feet through a fucking tub. The front and the back like a tub of fucking lard. And she's twerking that shit. There are people who actually think they look good. They don't see reality. And that's when it becomes a problem. They say that it's good to have that. I say no, it's not. No, it's not. When I was 330, I knew I was fat. I based myself in reality. If she feels too comfortable around you, she will just lose interest. Not so. It's okay to confuse her a little. If you've just started dating someone, act nonchalant 1 minute and very into the next. This sort of behavior keeps her on her toes and will drive her crazy in a good way. I can't say no to that because when I do a female, I give her full attention. And I've always pulled my females. But I think with guys who are needy, I think there's a difference between guys who act needy. And if you're needy, then maybe this might work for you to pull back. I don't know. I can't answer that one for you. It just seems too much. Too much to think about. When you got to think, you're not listening to the conversation. You're not flowing the conversation. You're in your head. So anything that pulls you away from the conversation is bad. Okay? Every now and then in my conversations, I did a check-in. I'm really busy conversing with her. I know that I've got to steer her towards sex. I just have the general idea in mind. I don't take a measurement. Okay, we're at 8.5 seconds in, and I've got to do a story stack. No wonder why that shit did not work. Things to avoid. After you've taken a girl home or earned, excuse me, Diana, earned a few dates, the fuck out of here. Bitch, take me out. After I done gave you all them goddamn nuts, I deserve it. Better yet, I don't like to eat out. Get your ass in there and make me a ham sandwich. Not sandwich, sandwich. Get your ass there, make me some grits, some eggs, some bacon for us black folks. And some hot cakes or pancakes. And don't forget the butter, goddamn extra butter. Few dates. Get the fuck out of here. So that's the difference between mainstream and players. That's my attitude. And I'm trying to get my one client to stop doing that shit. Taking these females on dates before they've earned it. Before they've earned it. You ain't got to reverse the game where they take you out. At least let them earn the fucking date. You know, like, hey, that hair was bodacious. I'm going to take you out right now. We're going to Denny's. Get you a grand slam. You earned it, baby.
Yeah, like this morning you took me out for a...
You got nothing.
No,
You got a muffin.
No,
English muffin.
English muffin,
Yeah, that's all she got.
Yeah, he took me out for an English muffin. Imagine that.
Actually, it was part of my meal. I gave it to her. There.
Exactly.
How wooed. Well, you didn't do shit last night. You didn't put out. You didn't produce. You lay up on the couch. I know you're sick, but I don't give a fuck.
You wouldn't have liked me last night.
I know. I don't want no part of none of that. None of that. Nah. She was vomiting last night. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, dog.
Pretty disgusting.
Disgusting. See how we have fun together? That's how relationships should be. Should be this uptight shit. Are we having sex tonight, dear? Nah. The fuck out of here.
Maybe, dear.
I'm going to text Jovina. I'm going to tear the ass up tonight. How many times have I done that to you? Jovina. How many times I text you, I'm going to tear that shit up tonight? Or text you some sexual shit?
Oh my God, I don't know. Sometimes I'm wondering, I have to look around, make sure nobody looking over
Yeah.
my shoulder.
You tell what's going to happen. Take the ass when you get home. That's how it should be. I think chicks dig it. I've never had any problems, complaints. Like after I start fucking a girl, I'll text her, hey, I want to take that ass tonight. I want you to come over at 8 o'clock. Hey, I'm taking the ass tonight. Be here by 8. Bring me something to eat. 2 ways to do it. The more polite way or the just raw dog way. Be here at 8 o'clock. But I'm not available at 8. What time are you available? That's cool. That works for me. There's no. You better make a way, baby. Face it. She's probably sore and tired. Sore and tired. And have you brushed your teeth? Oops. Things to avoid. Okay, after taking her home, avoid whether you're single. Okay, after having sex, after you spent all night having sex, face it, she's probably sore and tired. And have you brushed your teeth? Lack of manners. Men who are rude, talk down to others, and can't say a sentence without swearing are not attractive. I agree with that also. In other words, be a gentleman. Be a man with an edge. Talk about how hot mutual friends. Yeah, that's stupid. Or other women are. That's stupid. This girl's put out her own personal shit though. Telling the angry female to calm down. This may be the most infuriating behavior of all time. Really? If a female can't control her goddamn temper, I got nothing for her. Complain about the girl's period. Jovina, is it bad behavior when I complain about your period?
Is it what?
Considered bad behavior because I complain about your period. I'd make fun of it, actually. Yeah.
Well, you can complain about it, but I mean, I can't do anything about it.
Yeah, no, you can do better. But this girl's writing, things to avoid. Don't complain about her. It's her period. When I met Jovina, she was on a period. She said I'll be off on Wednesday. So she came up Wednesday. I didn't just complain about it. But now that we're in a relationship, maybe I'll say something. Oh, shit. Time for the minstrel hut. Oh, God, Scotty, she's about to blow! Damn, look like a stuck pig. You really bleeding out, ain't you? What's that smell?
Hopefully in the next couple of years it'll be over with.
Yeah, you go through that final change.
I hope. Tired of it.
I wonder what's going to happen to me biologically when you go through that change, because my body's programmed for fertilization, to impregnate. And I'll be shooting into, well, you already got your suicide, but, shooting into blank empties. Emptiness there. That'd be interesting to watch what happens. Posting pictures of yourself hanging out with scantily clad women. This just isn't tasteful. Fuck you. I wouldn't post pictures of that anyway because I'm a player. We keep our shit in the down low, in the dock, in the cut. Let your hygiene go south. I agree with that. Seriously, body odor is the worst thing ever. Ever. Not to mention cologne can be an aphrodisiac. Act cocky. A certain amount of cockiness is good. Women associate cockiness with lack of loyalty. Well, it's too bad. Work harder. Conclusion from the advice above, which there was none. Just the general advice I've been giving you. Do your homework, and if you think you're ready, go out and try fractionation. Don't be afraid to walk away if it doesn't work. The best part of this technique can be used on anyone. The girl next door. Okay, let me show you how to put this together, what they're talking about. Okay, because that's what she did not do. You got to have the right aura. That means you got to work on your inner beliefs. Don't worry, I've got you covered on that. The 15th. The 15th is, is that Monday? Yeah, it's Monday. Okay. If you're on my mailing list, you're going to get an email. We got to change your inner beliefs, what you believe about yourself. Okay? That will change your outer vibration. Covering that. Your tone of voice, that I can't help you with. Sorry. You need voice training. There are good books out there you can buy. Eric Hill asked me about, does Greece do voice training? Greece 2000 has it sucks to know your memory, short-term memory kind of fades away, and long-term is something that doesn't even exist anymore. James Earl Jones voice. And that's actually one of his idols, is James Earl Jones. Because he's got a very deep voice. He's got a very deep voice. And that works on women. When women hear Greece's voice, they swoon. That's his gift. That's every one of us who gets good. We have something special about us. Something that you can use. Your body language, that you can learn. You learn to, when you become a man, you actually walk as a man. Now, remember the parable from the Bible. When I was a child, I played as a child. I acted like a child. Basically, you look at how a child stands. Look at the child's body language. Like when they want something. Mom! Caucasian kids. But Mom! Fuck you, Mom! Or when I was a kid. But Mom? But I just want a popsicle, Mom. Can I just have a popsicle? Because she would make those, she had that little popsicle set made from Kool-Aid. Those were the best. Those are good. Like, hella good. I think we should buy that again. I drink Crystal Light. I make Crystal Light popsicles. That way I save money on buying those sugar-free popsicles. But look at their body language, okay? And look at a man's body language. Try to study guys who you think are real men. Guys who are actually players. Player is another word for seducers. That's what a player does. He seduces women. So, of course, they're not going to give words. She's a female. Here's the word. Are you a player? Of course, they're not going to acknowledge players. But nice giving a new word. Look at how a player stands. You saw my photos last night. The arms crossed, the standing there. Notice how my head's always tilted. Those players, they're in the club, they're cocky as fuck. Study the black players. Head back. They always chew gum. So always have to stick gum in your mouth. Because guys who are assholes, they chew gum. Have you noticed that? Looking around. Nod every now and then. If you nod up, that means that person is superior to you. you think they're superior. If you nod down, you think you're superior. Okay? So you guys, beware of how you nod. Always nod down to lesser players. Don't ever nod up. They actually don't ever nod up some way. Guys who are goofballs, they do like this. What's up? Okay, so head back. Tilt your head a little bit. That's cocky. Okay? That body language signals cockiness, and that's what you want. Because they want confident men. The sign of extreme confidence. The way you look. Body language shall melt. Okay, so you learn to talk to her and have just decent conversation. Use my animal color water game to segue to talk on sex. It works every time. You can switch over sex. If you haven't seen that, you're new to the channel, search in my video archives for animal color water game. Do the video, try to test yourself. You got to do it yourself. It'll tell you your inner personality, outer personality, and how you like to fuck. It's a super secret way, or a sneaky way of getting girls to talk about how they like to fuck. By the way, if they choose, no, I'm not going to give you any clues. Because then you might change your own. One guy last night, he liked a lake. My guy that was trained yesterday, he liked a lake. The larger the body of water, the deeper. Never mind. I don't want to give it away because guys tend to identify. They go for what they think is the best instead of giving their honest answers. And I don't want you guys to be confused by that. So just do it. Then make a joke about hers. Should I, if they're loud, like oceans loud crashing, make a joke okay, well, am I gonna have to invest in a pair of earplugs? After you tell you, okay, that's your sexual side. Okay, well, am I gonna have to invest in a pair of earplugs? One chick, I said to her, am I having to invest in a wetsuit? Loud. No, one of her words was wet. It's very wet. So make a joke about it. Then you can start to get real conspiratorial and look around. So what's the wildest thing you've ever done? When you get conspiratorial, she'll become like that. She'll follow your lead. So if she's right, be a leader. She'll come in. Just come here. So what's the wildest thing you've ever done? If she gets hesitant, okay, let me tell you what am I. Now tell something not too bad though. Once I did out on a golf course. And then she'll start to open up. Okay, if she needs that. But try to coax her. Come on, you tell me. I swear I won't tell anybody. It should be our secret. When you start to get conspiratorial with a woman, you develop rapport. That magic word is missing. Rapport together. Why am I whispering? See, I'm getting conspiratorial. Okay, so that's the key to really actually use this super secret new technique called fractionation. Let me get back to my email. Something better. Apart from Tariq Nash, the words go to Nasheed, who I follow as well. Who else do you think teaches good game? Payroll to pimp. Any of the pimps out there, you can listen to those guys. Mr. White Folks, Gorgeous Dre, I believe they have a channel. The guy that I was training yesterday, he mentioned double dose of this pimping. Let us see. Damn it. I hate when my fucking brain does that. Another pimp. And I can't think of his name. And it's right on the tip of my tongue. I hate that. Who else teaches good? Yeah. I don't know if it's me. But, it makes me, I think maybe, it makes me maybe appear kind of, Corey Wayne apparently is good. I saw some of his videos. I like what he had to say. Corey Wayne's for he works better with guys who want to date, who want to do the whole dating process. Go out and buy her dinner and all that kind of stuff. He's good for that. Guys that want to date, the whole dating thing. But as far as good raw game, not too many of us out there teaching this stuff. I don't really venture outside my own channel as well, so I don't really know who's out there. Okay. To the fellow that asked me that question. All right. I've got a lot of comments. I don't want to go to a lot of these, but Panani Football, don't know what he's talking about. Trust Hydra. What's the best way one can get a one-night stand at a house party or in general? The exact same when you pull it from a club. You're at a house party, that means you're dancing, pull the dance floor, get sexual on the dance floor, drag her to the kitchen for something to drink, pull her outside for some conversation. And I just talked about that conversation. You could ask the animal color water game. That's fun to play. Women love that shit, by the way. They love metaphysical stuff and astrology, all that kind of stuff. That's why back in the days, believe it or not, this is true, they will recommend that you guys learn palm reading, which is it's actually valid. Kind of corny, but actually valid. They recommend that you learn magic acts, like you guys aren't aware of this, but on one of the 3 videos I watched of Mystery, his set was good, as they call it, set. His pickup was going so bad that he had to resort to doing a magic act, his old standby. And it worked. He turned it around. Because the girl starts shitting on him. Okay. Easy tip. When get a drink near woman, say hi, enjoy the party, hold your hand out, say your name. No. I don't like that. It's too gooberish. I'm not to say my name. Time her to say my name was when she's underneath me. Anyway. Put your hand out, take her to the floor. Okay? Dance with her. Then take her to where everybody's got the drinks. Then take her outside for the convo. Don Alfonso, hey player, the girl I put to sleep called me back a few days later, however. Good. She called you back. She wants to fuck, but no relationship. Good. Are you kidding? What are my thoughts? An opinion on that? Are you fucking kidding? That's a gold mine. Don't hate. It's fucking gold mine. Showing a relationship. You don't want a relationship. That gives you more to fuck. Because let it be known. Don't let her know it, but you don't want to put it in face, but fuck. David Conte, these streams are really good. Keep it up, Supreme. Tracy, Supreme, I walk away from girls and they come back. A girl that works with my friend is interested in me. But at first she gave my friend her number to give to me. Sounds high schoolish, man. But I text her saying, hey, is this Georgia? Yeah. Yeah? And she put, yeah, it is. Okay. What's wrong with that? Let's see. I'm not going to read your bullshit, bro fist. Because it's negative. When you put out negative energy, I read that. People absorb just a little trace of it. So I'm not going to bring this whole video and channel down with your negative bullshit, man. I'm going to call you on that shit every time you do it. Tracy, then I text her, what day are you free next week? She didn't reply, so I didn't text her anymore. Do you want to know why she didn't text? You act like you want to hook up without her even knowing you. That was just not a good way to go about the introduction. Hey, this is let's say your real name is Tracy. Hey, it's Tracy. I was texting to see if you're available for maybe get a drink sometime soon. Okay. What day are you free next week? You know what she's thinking. She didn't reply, so I didn't text her anymore. 3 weeks later, she texts me. She finally wondered what happened to you. Best friend. Okay, that's bro. She seems kind of shy and isn't up for meeting up. Fuck her. She's shy. You don't deal with shy chicks. This girl gets a big fat white. You mean has a big fat white ass? Got, yeah, he says, got a big fat white ass. This girl got, what's better? You're over there in England, so I guess you guys learn better English, in theory. This girl got a big, nah, that's ebonically challenged shit. This girl has a big fat white ass. Anyway, fuck the nerd shit. Get a girl talking, they won't shut the fuck up. It's true, yeah. Tracy. Pinani. When I was a boy, my mum, you must be in England. Yep, you are in England. My mum, you here? Mum, may I have more? When I was a boy, my mum would see her friend. I'd have to play with the girl, feminizing you. I'd be in a room. Did you guys play dollies? Pinani? Panini? Just stand there bored out of my head, waiting for my mum to call my name. Brofist negativity. Tracy Jackson, girls answering his stupidity. Tracy, don't bother. He's angry this morning, in a bad mood. I'm not going to deal with him. He's in a bad mood. Girls have a deeper outlook on life. Let's go down. Supreme. May not know this, but I have a young white. I have 2 young white sisters. Oh, so your mom, who's white. I see those types of families, and I think, wow. He goes, it's kind of awkward when I go out with my mom and my sisters because it's weird being with my baby sister because they're white and I'm black. No, you're 1/4. Yeah, the 1 drop rule. Yeah, but you're actually you're 1/4 black, and the reason, if you had been born in America, you would actually look more white. Maybe not unfortunately, or maybe fortunately. Whatever it is, the pure African gene is very strong. If it's coming out of the Caribbean islands, they've got some really strong genes. They also have a lot of mixture too. There's some that are, high yellow over there. Out of the islands like Jamaica, Greece's parents. Greece is the only dark one in the family. He's the only dark one. The rest of them are like high yellow. His father is light-skinned. His mother's light-skinned. Now that's awkward. And he's talking about how awkward it was. He was harassed by the police because he was at a park with his family. They thought they were white folks. And he was a black person bothering them. That's fucked up. Dawn, player, I think the issue was I was trying to wifey her too quickly just because I made her bust. And don't do that. Why would you want to do that? Bust nuts, yeah. Don't do that, man. Hey, can you explain why the fuck why do girls complain after a few sex rounds about her pussy being sore? Dude. But when you play the clit, she continues to get, dude, you're black. Don't ask me that dumbass question again. Remember, you're black. Okay? And I believe you're in England, so that means you have almost pure African DNA, undiluted. There's a reason why the racists hate us now. Come on. Put 2 and 2 together. She's sore. I thought I had a comment coming out of the peanut gallery over there. In camp, I went down to my girl. We've been together for 1 year, 8 months. Sorry. Apologies to my non-black listeners. I'm talking to a black person here. I went down, and plus you probably fuck like a rabbit, man. When you do get in the pussy, combination of being black, they want to get people doing that whole thing. They get all fucked up in the head over. Well, scientifically, shut the fuck up. I went down on my girl. We've been together for 1 year, 8 months. Went down on her and she just sincerely didn't like it in general. Good. She's a keeper. Fuck that. Maybe it was the way you were doing it though. She likes it, but she just prefer the dick. Good girl. Why does she not like being licked? Her own emotional issues. Okay? Ask her if she's ever liked it. She'll find out she probably hasn't. Some girls, they feel unclean down there. They think your mouth shouldn't be down. Plus, you're going to come up and kiss her. You're going to smell like pussy. She don't want the pussy juice on her. She's probably the type that won't lick another woman. That's a good, decent female to me. Girls keep their femininity. I'm not going to lick another female. She's the competition. Cardell Turner, like glass. Thanks. Player Supreme, can you give me your take on this MGTOW movement? I get into verbal fights with these MGTOW idiots. No, I cannot because they'll troll my channel. Let's just say that we don't see nowhere near eye to eye. I'm trying to produce winners. I'm trying to get guys to work out their negativity, and they're the pocket of negativity that get together and they complain. What's a safe amount of weight to lose each week? Finally, someone asked a question that's based around what I do for a living. Between 2 and 4 pounds is safe. Tracy, I'm half black and half white. Oh, I thought you were the 1/4 one, dude. Oh, never mind. Sorry. I'm half black, half white. Yeah, my dad's Jamaican. You're fortunate your dad's Jamaican. We've heard the rumors about the Jamaicans. Sling the dicks over their shoulders. I shot the sheriff. You've seen the old Eddie Murphy routine. That's that pure African DNA. And I don't want to stay on the subject of dicks. I get insecure myself. Also, that girl I went out on a date with last week, she hasn't texted since last Sunday. I'm going to not text her until she texts me. This is facepalm, by the way, only I'm holding my brain because that's where all the information comes from, not my face. My dad used to do that. He would go like this. I got to insult you, Tracy. I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. Will you text that bitch and put your words up in her mind so she stays enthralled to you, please? I'm asking you to text the bitch. Text her something sexual. You guys had sex? Text her something about, I'll just think about how blah, blah, blah last time we were together. Get her mind thinking about the sex. Stay up in your women's minds, fellas. Stop doing this PUA nonsense. I'm not going to text her. She texts me. Your goal is to mind fuck. To get up into her head. How you get up her head till you wait for her to text you? What kind of silly ass shit is that, Tracy? Where in the fuck did you get that silly ass shit from? Please tell me that. I'm going to wait till I get the fucking answer because I'm... Yuck. She did say there's a death in her family. Yes. She's going to stay in her hometown. That one for a while. Do you reckon I should not text her? Ask her is she home yet. Okay? Ask her if she's home. You try to be funny with me, right? Coach Corey Wayne said, don't ever do that to me. Don't ever do that to me. Okay? Bring up something someone else said. Unless you're being funny. If a girl is flaky, don't text and wait till they respond. Do you know why a girl is flaky? Because you dumbasses don't stay up in her head. Okay? Who you gonna listen to? A player? a datey guy. Now, you already know she's not flaky. She went away. She had a death in the family. What's flaky about that? Huh? What the fuck is flaky about that? And again, don't ever say what some other motherfucker said. Has that motherfucker ever checked the dollar out of that bitch's ass? Huh? Has he ever gotten cars given to him? Cash given to him? No. These motherfuckers are beneath me. You know, some low level. Fuck that shit. Sorry to go off on you, but that's why I tell you guys, this is exactly why I tell you guys, don't mix and match. Because you come back with, well, this guy said, I don't give a fuck. You either want to learn to get into the game the right way, like a player, or you do like a dater. Yeah, Supreme, I'm going to join your forum and buy some of your books. I've been mix and matching all different styles. When you mix and match, let's say you take a little bit of beans, you put in some grits, you put in some scrambled eggs, you throw in some collard greens. What do you have? A pile of shit. Everything's edible by itself. Do you see what my point is now? Stick with one. Coach, I can't get over that. I can't believe you just brought that up to me. Because he's white, I'm supposed to bow to his words? Now I'm getting racial. His words supposed to be better than my words in the game? Come on, dude. Excuse my racial. I get irritated. Oh, he's half white, though. When they do that shit. If a girl's flaky, don't text. Why is she flaky? Didn't you seal the deal the first time? But she's not being flaky. She went to take care of a fucking funeral thing. I believe you had sex. You're okay to actually text her right now and see if she's back. And see if she texts. Okay? Now, I do believe that when a bitch don't respond to your text, then you can leave her alone. Okay? But she hasn't done that. She went away to a fucking funeral. Unless there's something I don't know. No, we didn't have sex. Oh. Oh, you haven't sealed the deal yet. So, yeah, she didn't respond to my last text. What did you text her? Here's the thing also. You don't want to wait. Move on. That's why you want to be working with a bunch of different girls there, brother. Okay? So I'm going to say that what Coach Corey Wayne said is true. If they don't answer you back, you have every right to leave them alone, but don't wait till they text you. Move on. Don't sit there in a holding pattern. You should be talking to all different types of females out there. You should always have some females to talk to. Okay. Hungover, haha. Great, Michael. The text thing I heard before, you want her reaching out to you. Yeah, that's okay. Call me if you need someone to speak to. Well, okay. She doesn't need anybody. She doesn't need you to speak to her because she doesn't really know you. Would you not feel awkward if someone you just met and your mother died? Would you feel okay talking to someone you don't know? A lot of this stuff is just plain common sense. So it's okay to text her. Your text should have been, hey, are you back yet? Now you don't already text her, and now you're going to be in a begging position. Text her that one. It was nice to offer that, though. That's a gentleman. I don't want a girl to think I'm a gentleman. Okay? I don't want her to ever think that I'm trying to be a nice guy and a gentleman. I want her to know that I'm going to be fucking that ass. I want to come in like a player. Are you a player? Yeah, baby. but I'm not playing you. I like to make a joke out of it. Yeah, suppose if someone died, you're upset. You don't want anyone talking to you. Yeah, depends. Even if it's someone that you were distant from. Death is we all handle that shit differently. We all handle it. I'm still shook up with that Coach Corey Wayne said. God, I fucking hate that shit. You don't want anyone talking to you. You don't. You seriously do not. When my little brother died, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was real short with people. And I asked her to let her know when she was free. So we should watch the Suicide Squad next week. And she took 2 days to reply. We could watch? Tracy, you actually belong on Coach's channel. Because you're all about that. I want to take you out to a movie. That datey thing. There are guys who are biracial just like you. In the UK like you. Who pull the bitches back to their pad and fuck them. Whereas you're doing the nicey thing. But I said that's what Coach Corey Wayne is good for. Recognize that I don't come from that world. That's not my modus operandi. I realize I'm working with a lot of guys who are like that, and cool. Coach Corey Wayne style is like get contact you more like 70% time. I don't understand, Michael. You got to make your English clearer. When you see a woman first, you take back to fuck her. When see a woman first, you're still hungover, man. You shouldn't be on here. That's a program that guys know, Tracy. But I feel you teach us to become men. And ever since I found your channel a few years back, I've been going to. That's good. Changing my manner, good. You got to get rid of your feminine ways to really solidify yourself in manhood. And become a masculine. I mean, you take back your place. Take it back to your place. Yeah. I went to the nightclub. Here's the majority of my ladies until I learned about internet dating. Simple process. I go to nightclub. I look for bitches they're choosing. I pick the hottest one. I walk over, get her on the dance floor. We dance. I used to be a damn good dancer. I do my stripper act routine on her, type of shit, get her to get freaky. I test her, see if she had the potential to be submissive. If she wasn't, thank you for dance. Pick the next hottest one down. If she was submissive, I like submissive women because that's a feminine one. I know that woman's gonna have no problems making me a sandwich after we fuck. Okay, I don't want no bullshit. I'm a king in my castle. I want to be treated like a king. Okay, so accuse me of going for weaker women. I don't give a fuck what you say, but I got treated like a fucking king. So I find the girl that's, that I like her submissiveness, her ability to follow me. I take her by the hand. I go back to where I left my drink. Because I always walk in. I first walk in. As soon as I open the door, this is in my book, Nightclub Club Pimping. I outlay my entire game. I walk in. I scan for eye contact. I make note of the girls that I choose because women always scan to see who else is coming in. The ones just sitting down. I walk to the bar. I get my first drink. Coke, whatever. Rum and Coke, whatever. I sip it. I turn around. I look at the club. I look at the people on the dance floor. I'm looking for eye contact. Slight smile on my face. I got the right body language. So I make note. I put it down. I walk across the room. I put my hand out. Now, at the club I was hunting where I met Jovina, they had seating area. They had the dance floor. They had a bar around the dance floor. I walked up to girls across that bar that's separating the dance floor where they had stools and put my hand out. I'll hold their hand. I'll lift it over other people's head and walk her around the bar to the floor. I don't break contact. And then I pull her into me and we start dancing. I like it right there when the bar is right there because I put my hands on the bar and throw her ass back up against the bar and go to town. Some say I might have danced too hard. I don't care. If she's good. And I like women that can dance a little bit. I don't like chicks that can't dance very well. If they have some rhythm. Because if they're good on the floor, they're actually going to be better in bed. They'll follow my lead. Okay? In bed, I rule. You follow my lead. The girls that can follow my lead, like I don't know if it was this show or I was maybe talking to a private client. I think it was a private client. But I met a chick at Starbucks years ago. And I was practicing these online stuff, like give a girl your card. I gave her my card. She worked for the state. She called me, I think the next day or something like that. And I got her email. I sent her, one of my bomb emails. I was good at that. That she read over and over again. And she called me for that reason. And told me that, I'm married, but, she was okay with it. Well, we got in bed. She thrust. You ever see women do pelvic tucks? Top range of pelvic tucks. I'm practically having to stand up to keep my dick in. No. That's not in my goddamn script. My script is you lay there and I do my shit on you and you bust your nut. You don't bust my script. That's how bad I was. See, their own fucking script. No, it's my world, dog. You know about a squirrel trying to get a nut. So I'm gonna hand you your nut. So I'm dominating, controlling. So I push your ass back down. So I like when they're, they know how to obey, like good girls. Then I know I got a good one. So once I have that one, that's mine. So I drag her around with me. At the bar, the nerds call it keno. You know that you want to get more intimate. So I'm at the bar drinking. If she wants to drink, you get her own damn drink. I don't offer to buy drinks. I'll pull her in close to me as we're talking. Because by then, I've done something sexual to her on the dance floor, by the way. I like to see how horny they get. As I'm dancing, I'm dancing, doing that kind of stuff. I'll pull them in close, and we're moving side to side. That type of, swaying type of thing to the beat. That's what I always did, because that's turned into more sexual for me. Because you can't get sexual waving your glow sticks, dukes, hitting her in the head with your glow sticks like nunchucks. Oh, sorry. Pow! No. You got to come in and put your hands up on her. Put your hands on her, okay? You got to touch her. So I'm touching the traps. I'm got one hand on the hip, and I'm pulling her. I'll turn around a little bit. As I turn around, I'll get real close. And then say this is her face. I'll go into the side of her face and put my, I'm moving her real close. We're moving like this. And that's why I talk in her ear. So what's your name? That's where I get in. I don't ever remember their names. I've had to ask my buddy Craig the next morning, because he was spending the night at my place when we came out, and we go to breakfast next morning. Get her name. I give him the signal. He knows to get her name because I don't remember her fucking name. Okay? Because I can't hear it in the club. And then I do my, before that, I've already given my number. I forgot to mention that. By the second dance, I'll take out my phone, give it to her. So we have a connection there. Take the phone back. All right, we're dancing, and I do the face thing. I brush the side of my lips against her face. Like that. And go to her ear. That turns women on. The brush of the lips across their cheek to the ear. When you talk into a woman's ear, it sexually excites them. Especially when you have the right voice. Which is hard to hear over music. So I had to learn how to project that voice. It always sounded like a gravelly sexual voice. Women like that gravel sexual voice. So what's your name? And then I'll brush it back. And I'll look at her. And then I'll go to the other side, I'm talking the other ear. I'll come back. One little kiss. I don't ever bust slobs. Just one little kiss. I know I can take it by then. She passed. It's mine. After the first kiss, it's yours. She's mine. Back to the bar. I don't do shit. I let her buy me a drink if I want one. They always ask too. Can I get you something? Yeah, give me another rum and coke. The way you start is the way you finish. Okay? So when it comes time to, after the next morning, they want you to take me to breakfast. It's that easy, fellas. The fucking shit is that fucking easy. They want you to take me to breakfast. Take me to get something to eat. I know a little place around the corner. Usually they're not downtowners. I was a downtowner. These women, when I was going to join this place, they had their own place, their own house, their own kind of shit. Sexual dancing is good, creates tension for sex, Michael says. Yes. Tracy. Lex had a huge ass, but she always wanted to be fucked without taking things slow. I don't have a problem with that. I don't want to take things slow. I don't want to go down and lick the pussy like a dog and service her. I don't want her to give me head either, by the way. Because I know she's going to fuck it up. She got to be trained to give me head the right way. I got to train my women to give me head. Just so you guys know. Supreme, do you say the gym is a no-go area because two girls were giving me eye contact this week frequently? Okay, well, if they're choosing, find a way to segue where it's not so much on the gym floor to, make some conversation with them. I hate giving that advice because everybody's going to misinterpret it and suddenly start hoe chasing, bothering chicks in the gym. I hate when you guys ask me questions about bitches choosing the gym too. It's just so fucking desperate. But whatever. Ask away. Fuck it. Talking ears are good. It turns them on. Yes, it does. Tracy. My ex had a lot of issues and the whole relationship got intense. Probably from you, Tracy. Because you know what, Tracy? You sound needy as fuck. Like you chase a bitch away. You sound needy as fuck just by reading your words. Women don't like needy motherfuckers that glom onto and won't let go. If you do a hangout soon, Supreme, I'll tell you more about it, okay? In fact, I'd like to come on the hangout to speak about things more to you guys. Michael, talking to your sexual dance is good, tension. Here we go. There are nice guys aren't like that, though. They're too nervous, yeah. Now, I'm the opposite. I don't like being close to women. Okay, good. I don't have a problem with that. Then why did your female leave you? Tracy, if you bust them, let me get Hodge on you. You give them all kinds of nuts. They don't want to leave. I'm more of an introvert. I like my own space. Me too. I'm an intro extrovert, if there is such thing. I'm an introvert that learned to be extroverted. I just talked to the guy outside of B of A for like 10 minutes. He was a security guard. We talked about blues. We talked about playing guitar. We talked about all kind of shit. Okay, I've learned to become, I guess I'm a social introvert. I'm not really an extrovert, although I do get off on nightclubs. I don't get off on crowds. I don't like crowds. I get off on nightclubs, though. I adapt to the energy. It raises me up because I like to dance. So I'm a socialized introvert. Because there are days I can leave. I can stay in this house for weeks. That's one thing Jovina can't stand is like on the weekend I won't even come out the door sometimes. Because I wasn't there enough for her. You got to pimp your women. You got to recognize what their needs are and feed it to them. What's with harm with a few nice words every now and then? Did you give her nice words? You look good today, baby. I just told mine that just this morning. She's losing weight. I'm looking at the back of her jeans and, the ass in the back, and she got that ass. And you look good, baby. Here goes Michael Nolan on the nice guy thing. What do you think of Mr. We've already talked about that there in Michael. I haven't read the book, and I'm not going to read the book. She got raped, has exes that wanted to cuckold her. Cuckolding means they sit there while she gets fucked by other dudes. That's a weakness on the man's part, by the way. She's pretty much a wreck. So you dated a wreck. That's okay. I attracted that type. She got raped. Okay. Did she enjoy sex? Was she able to get an orgasm? And this is going on an hour and 35 already. Tracy? I came too early, but... Do you guys see what Tracy did wrong? Why she left? I'm asking, did she get a nut? He came too early. Do you have my product, How to Make a Woman Come? I teach you how to hold your orgasm in there. Some simple exercises you can do. Like the whole cuck thing is plain weird to me. What the fuck is wrong with people? The doggy style position? How old are you, Tracy? I thought you said you were in your 20s. How in the hell is she going to get an orgasm in the doggy style position? In any other position, I could last for age. Yeah, but you got that big ass. I know where you're coming from. But you got that mental thing. I only went for women that had big asses. Not just a big ass, it had to be round. But seeing a fat ass made me lose my shit. Hey. Here's how you should have did that then. Fuck her on top till she... Listen, Tracy. A man always pleases a woman first. Okay? Before he allows himself to have his orgasm. You guys listen to me? Always please your woman first. That means you should have put her on her back until she had her nut. Then turn around. Because I've done that myself. But for me, I like to just missionary, grab that ass and feel the ass in these big ass hands. And grab it and lift them up. Bigger the ass, because big hands need a big ass. But a girl ain't got no ass in my hand, no. I must like Doggy Style by, I must say like Doggy Style by Snoop Dogg. I would always eat her pussy. Can I make a joke about that? And she had orgasm like crazy. Okay. So she got her nuts. Then you put her over. So you weren't letting her orgasm on the dick? Is that it? Did she ever get the orgasm on the dick? Yeah, when she was on top. Good. Okay. Gotcha. She was quite dominant, and she was my first girlfriend. Okay, so your first girlfriend will always, as I've said, always teach what kind of man you are. And Tracy, you're more submissive if you let your first girlfriend dominate you like that. That's what you got to work on, is being more of a man. That's what your first girlfriend will always show you, the areas that you need to work on. Like if she was dominating him, fellas, and he was allowing it to happen. So that shows where he needs to actually do his work. So she had way more experience than me. Gotcha. She's a big-ass white chick. in England, right? You live in England, don't you? And I'm kind of surprised. They got big-ass white chicks in England? I always thought the English chicks had flat white asses. You know, flat pancake butts. Curvy and yeah. I always thought the northern countries there, Ireland, Scotland, England, the women have flatter butts. She had a huge hip curve. I like that. Damn, dude, man. I want to fuck her now. You got her number? I love huge hips. There's something about huge hips. It's just so fucking womanly. If it's a nice juicy pussy, oh, I'm in the relegation zone. What describes a juicy pussy to you, Panini? Big, sloppy, and wet? Very true about a man's first girlfriend, Lexman says. You know, I should have stopped this video because this show is supposed to be about fractionation seduction. So I'm going to have to wrap this up in a few minutes. I haven't spoke to her in 2 years. She has a kid now. I last seen her. You mean I last saw her 2 years ago in September. 5 months later, she was pregnant. That's too bad. Some other brother was knocking it out. And now she's bowing to him. Sucking his dick. Doing all kinds of freaky shit for him. Not to rub it in. Not to give you visuals and rub it in. Her mouth going up and down. You're going to have to watch the beginning of the show there, Michael Nolan. See, interest. I felt like she'd done it to get back at me. Drop her. They're not together anymore, Panini. And I'm waiting for that. What describes a juicy pussy? Panini. She would do things to get my attention. But she left, right? She broke up with you. She might have been doing things to keep you enthralled to her. That way, she always had a fallback guy, a sucker, in case the new guy treated her too badly. She could get good feelings from you. She knew that you still loved her. New guy treated her like shit. At least this knucklehead over here still loves me. It's all about how they want to feel. They want to feel good. That's why when they break up, they always will call you. See how you're doing. You guys ever get those calls? She wants to hear that profession of, oh God, I miss you so bad. That makes her, they don't come back. No, they just want to get the good feeling off you. They go back to getting abused by the other guy and fucked up the ass. Learning supreme. Haven't you heard? I like learning. Tracy, I left her and she would always text me and try to get hold of me. Okay, I thought she said she left. You guys broke up. Okay, but because I was weak and didn't have another girlfriend, I would always get back with her. Exactly, it's all about them. Exactly. And Tracy says, you're damn right, Supreme. I made into fucking women in ass. Most hated. Is that mental issue supreme? No, it shit hurts. You get fucked in the ass. See if you like it. Especially you motherfuckers don't use it. You know, you don't lube it up. You don't stimulate her clit so you can at least have an orgasm. A very naughty orgasm. Let me get my voice right. Naughty. It's very naughty when you fuck her in the ass and she's nutting. One of my girls got 5 nuts, my dick in her ass. Her knuckles were bruised because she had a pillow. She was grinding on the pillow. That's how she got her orgasm. So by grinding, basically clit stimulation. 5. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. And I'm talking to her, stimulating her. Tracy, girls want that validation. Michael, so you don't need lube? Yeah, you need lube. With that girl, I could do without lube. She could take the pain. Speaking of girls with full hips at a young age, you do need lube. Always lube. This is nasty. Sorry. Lube, take a glop of lube, put it on the hole, and put it around the hole, inside the hole. Lube it up. Then take a glop of it, lube up your whole, your shit. And then slide that shit in slowly. Okay? Let it get used to it. The shit got to stretch. Especially if you're packing some size. Because that shit ain't made to stretch like that. You can actually ruin a female. I need quit wanting the anal off them a lot. It's a mental thing I have. Oh, yeah. I went through that for a while too. And I rarely got anything, come out of there. Rarely. I don't care if it hurts them. It showed my dominant. No. Don't do that. Don't be like that. You should care if it hurts. If you're going to give pain, at least know that it hurts. And care about it. Be gentle. Then okay. This is going to sound very racial against Greeks. But I had an 18-year-old chick I met at IHOP. She was a aerobic instructor. I taught at the big studio town. Everybody wanted, if you taught there, you were like the big cheese in the aerobic industry. She was my waitress. She was Greek. I started fucking her back there, and that's all she wanted. Greek, go figure. But, it was Greek. Oh, Greece was dudes doing it. But still, it got old. It got old to me. I don't want to just do it in the butt. No. She would do her own clit, ram in the butt. That got old. Facebook, the girl from the past. I still don't see that definition of juicy pussy, man. Michael, most don't like it, Supreme. Yeah, most girls don't. If you don't teach them the right way, you can actually train a girl. That's what my point was. I turned her into an anal freak. Okay? She had been with young dudes that know how to stimulate her clit. Okay? So, she was getting all kind of good orgasms from my dick and clit stimulation. She was first, also, she had she had D's, and her tits stood up like this. Out straight. She was in the shower. I went home with her. And, I went in the shower afterwards, and her tits stood. I'd never seen that before. Usually when you have D size, she had big ass tits. She was type of stocky, with big tits, big legs, big calves, kind of like the Susie chick I talked about. Only Susie didn't have any tits, but they stuck out straight. I guess maybe it's her age. I don't know. I made a comment about that. I'd never seen that before. Anyway, she became an anal freak. In porn, you see chicks doing anal. Yeah, even my day when I was a porn addict. Yeah. But those types of chicks are not normal chicks. They're not your average chick out there. They do it because they're paid to do it. Okay? Don't believe these chicks actually enjoy it. That's why a lot of them, they rather be with women. That's why a lot of strippers would rather be with women, because of you guys are so creepy and nasty to be around. Males in general so fucked up that they don't want to be around men anymore. When it is part of your job, you tend not to like the job anymore. That means men. And that's all I have time for, fellas. I got to get something done today. I'm not going to answer that question. I already gave you the clues of how I did it. You stimulate the clit. Get her to have an orgasm. Then she won't mind it. Also, talk dirty to her. All right, fellas. You guys have a good weekend. Try to get out into the clubs today. Get out into the real world. Get off these goddamn computers, okay? Get out in the real world. Have a conversation with somebody. Go to the store and buy a Coke and talk to someone behind you or in front of you. If it's the grocery store, you can say something like, I always see him get in the wrong lane. People understand that, know it, and they identify with that. You'll laugh. See how easy that particular thing is to say. But say something, okay? Socialize yourselves. Have a good day.